Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Jazzy, the video store Sasquatch here, and we are doing another Throwback Thursday. I kind of got into the bank robbery genre, especially after watching this first movie here, which was Set It Off, directed by F. Gary Gary, starring Jada Pinkett Smith, Queen Latifah, Vivica A. Fox, and Kimberly Elise. Desperation drives for inner city women to bank robbery in Los Angeles and then they start mistrusting each other. I mean, that's a little bit part of the movie. I don't know if I put that in the description of the movie here. It came out on November 6th of 1996, had a budget of $9 million, had an opening weekend of $8.8 million. So just right there, we can tell you it's a hit. It almost made his entire budget back, especially the low budget it already had right on the opening weekend, and it had a gross of $41.5 million. So no matter what you want to say with advertising and whatever, doubling the numbers and whatever, triple that number, you're still going to get a hit here with $41.5 million. This movie is very good, very powerful movie. The desperation that leads to these ladies to finally um, rob a bank is crazy. The one loses her job right away. We open with a bank robbery. She's a bank attendant, and basically they fire her right away because she knows the culprit, and they decided that is not good for them. Then from there we meet the rest of the three ladies: Jada Pinkett Smith, Kimberly Elise, and Queen Latifah at a house party for Vivica A. For Jada Pinkett, sorry, for Jada Pinkett Smith. I think I called her Vivica A last time. Vivica A. Fox, Jada Pinkett Smith. And then so Jada Pinkett Smith's brother is going to college, and they're kind of celebrating his off party there. Um, and from there, we see where they work, and then kind of see what leads to Jada Pinkett Smith needing to rob, that is okay with robbing the bank, and then eventually Kim Elise as well. John C. McKinley plays the cop in this. Blair Underwood's in this as the boyfriend, and Dr. Dre makes an appearance as a gangster in this. That kind of helps him with the weaponry and stuff like this. After this movie is very good. I think it had like a 7.5 on IMDb, and I agree with it 100%. I don't rate these movies, so I'm not gonna rate it, but definitely on a higher up movie. I don't know if I've actually sat through this whole movie. I've definitely seen bits and pieces of it through Stars and Fox. Stars and HBO growing up, and I might have had even kind of sat through it when I was younger, but I definitely sat through it this time, and I'm glad I did. It's a very powerful movie, and the question of the week here is, what would make you so desperate? Would what happens in this movie make you desperate enough to rob a bank? I'm sure um, everyone's gonna have their own options, or what would make you desperate enough, whatever you want to say, however you want to put it, to rob a bank. I'm sure everyone will have their own little answers here, but it definitely shows in these next two movies that I'm going to talk about, especially this one, of the desperation to finally rob a bank. Kind of reminded me um, of the Tyler Perry movie earlier in the year, but I guess the Tyler Perry movie really reminded me of this movie when you think about it. Very good movie. I'm sure that this is a top movie to look for, especially in bank robberies, because it's just so good. Definitely check it out. It is called Set It Off, directed by F. Gary Gary. The next movie I'm going to talk about here is Dead Presidents, directed by the Hughes brothers, Albert Hughes and Alan Hughes, starring Lorenz Tate, Keith David, Chris Tucker, and Freddie Rodriguez. A Vietnam vet adjusts to life after the war while trying to support his family, but the chance of a better life may involve crime and bloodshed. This came out on October 6th, 1995, had a budget of $10 million, opening day $7.9 million, and a gross of $24.1 million. I'm sure that the run wasn't as long as some of the movies, but still, Clifton Powell's in this. Terrence Howard, Michael Imparelli, and Rose Jackson is the female that joins the group. This movie is, again, one of those ones that, yeah, I'm sure when it came out and they were closer to the Vietnam War than we are today, it really showed. But when you think about like soldiers and stuff like this that came back with more time today, we kind of see the same narrative of problems, and it is kind of does kind of hit home right just as much. Very good movie. We start with the group being introduced in the beginning before they go to war, kind of what they're up to and who they are. And then we get into some of the war scenes where we see Lorenz Tate and Dave or Chris Tucker actually into the war zone here. And then after that, they kind of come home and we kind of see the problems that they face at home with one trying to get back into society, and two, not only getting back into society, but trying to make a living for themselves as well. And as well, Chris Tucker has a drug problem coming from, or of course, eventually they decide to get together. They take one of their war buddies to help them in um, robbing this bank. It kind of goes bad, real bad, right away. They're kind of found um, right away too, as well. This movie is very good, very powerful, very good messaging at the end there. Like, this dude went through all this hell in Vietnam and came back, didn't want to be wanted, and then he gets life in prison for like the shit that he had to do to just try and make his life better. It's a crazy story. It's one of the better bank robbery movies, one of the more powerful bank robbery movies. Definitely, these two set it off, and Dead Presidents go together. The third one's kind of more fun than anything, but definitely set it off. Kind of made me like go down this avenue. So that is why I'm talking about it. And this one was Dead Presidents, directed by the Hughes brothers. And the final movie we're going to talk about here quick is Bandits, directed by Barry Levinson, starring Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton, Kate Blanchett, and Troy Garrity. Two bank robbers fall in love with a girl they've kidnapped. Again, I don't know how great the synopsis is. This is an early role for January Jones. I did not get all the box office information, which is crazy because I know this movie was a hit. It came out in 2002. I know that much, and it is about the real life sleepover bandits. I'm talking right now to delay. Came out October 12th of 2001. Had a budget about 75 million. Had 13 million dollars its opening weekend, and it grossed 67. So it was not a hit. It kind of bombed, I guess. I remember it being a hit. I remember this movie. This movie's fun. It's good. It's kind of one of those like cult classics, I guess I'd say, because it definitely found a home because people know it. People talked about it. Two clever, very clever people robbing banks instead of going in and robbing it in the early morning or finding it during the time of hours. They go in, rob the bank manager at night, take him to work, have all the employees show up, um, and hostage them, and then wait until they can open the safe, get all the money they can, get out. Then they separate. Troy Garrity's in this. He's kind of like the least known person. Kate Blanchett's beautiful in this. Great story. It's kind of amazing to her staying power in Hollywood that she's in this. Bruce Willis, Billy, Bob, there's legends there. We start in the prison yard where Bruce Willis is fighting an inmate. Or no, yeah. Well, we basically start with the Hollywood Reporter telling us like about the sleepover bandits, and then we get started their story, which is at the prison yard, where Bruce Willis is boxing a guy, and then he pisses him off. He knocks him out. Billy Bob starts complaining to Bruce Willis, and then Billy Bob and Bruce Willis eventually end up on a construction truck and take that out of there and get out of Dodge. They eventually take over two teenagers while they are home alone and wait a day and then leave the area. It's a pretty clever movie, pretty good idea. For a movie, I don't think it follows the true story as much as it should because it does go into a love story and it does get them kind of romanticizes the ending. But it's a fun story. It's a good worth watching. It is on Prime. Definitely something worth checking out. And that is Bandits, directed by Barry Levinson. And this is our box office report for July 25 to 27th. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, of course, #1 movie in the nation right now with $117.6 million as an opening weekend. What an opening weekend there. Superman here is second with weekend of 24.9 million and a total of $296.7 million. Pretty good. About on track. A little bit higher than Jurassic World here because obviously they're all like pretty much 1 week apart here. In Jurassic World Rebirth, weekend of 13.2 mil and 305.7 million dollars total gross. Pretty big movies. Over $1 billion there. We just said this month in, not even counting whatever the 40 million dollars that I know what you did last summer. It's a big month this month for Hollywood. I'm sure they're happy with it. The one note I would have is I did the math, and if so, it's 48.6 million viewers of Happy Gilmore two that watched it on Netflix. If we would have did the math, at average $10.53 a movie ticket, we would have almost a $500 million gross in the first weekend of a movie. That's awesome. It tells you just how much Adam Sandler kind of rules. I love Adam Sandler. Always will love Adam Sandler. Great. I love all his movies. This one included. Just is the way it's going to work. Yeah. So that is what we're talking about here, and that is our news. I told you at the end of that Happy Gilmore video, I wanted to find those numbers, and I did find the numbers, and that's just a crazy amount of people that I watched. Or I mean, I just even think about it. If you're just like saying, okay, well, of course not. I mean, of course we're all gonna say it's not a $500 million. It's not gonna make $500 million in the box office. Let's take out like half of that as rewatches. So that's still two. That's 491. So that's 245 somewhere around there is half. And then let's just say like 15% of those people didn't want to didn't want to pay the prices to go see the movie or didn't want to go see a movie, you're still gonna get over $180 million right there. I guarantee it, somewhere around there, with just the box office totals for Adam Sandler movies. So that is just astounding numbers here, craziness, and that is our weekend, or that is our Throwback Thursday for the week. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please have a good rest of your day or night. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comment section. And see you next time in the cave.